Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
If nautical nonsense be something you wish,
SpongeBob SquarePants.
then drop on the deck and flop like a fish.
All right, good enough.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. We thought we'd have a little fun just to get going, y'all. You gotta have a good time where you can. So today we are having a little bit of a special episode, a fun kind of silly episode, but one that we're hopefully going to solve a big issue for how Stargate can come back. We're going to reimagine how Stargate could come back. Don't give up your day jobs. We're gonna imagine different ways that the Stargate franchise can approach coming back. The way Amazon could say, hey, we have this amazing IP. We haven't really been able to crack the code of how to go about bringing it back to the forefront of the audiences that already love it and the new audience that could eventually find it and love it as well. I wrote down a couple of different ideas. There's ways that you could start with a movie and have TV shows. There's ways you could have multiple movies and have one big TV show that kind of consolidates things together. There's the video game approach. I even wrote, I guess, the Spider-Verse type approach if we wanted to do an animated kind of format. And then, like we discussed the last couple of days, it kind of inspired us to come up with this topic in general. And like what Alex just said right there, Predator Badlands, the way Predator and I guess just Alien in general currently are pushing their franchises forward in a new, it's fun and exciting way. How could Stargate emulate that and borrow at least the thought process and how to bring back their own product and projects? Now, besides all that, you doing all right, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good. Good old middle of the week. Finally back to regular Stargate Outpost.
It does feel like it's been a long time. Who said that? Queso, however you say that. Sorry, I don't pronounce it, but it does seem like it's been a long time.
It does, I guess. It's already been. It's been about a month, I guess, because we did our bi-weekly, of course, and then our bi-weekly last time ended up being V for Vendetta, and
that's right.
Here we are. Hey, Stanley's made it. So yeah, any of those avenues, are there any others that you've been able to come up with that you just thought up on the top of your head, or do you want to dive in a specific avenue and just kind of start thinking about it?
I think you covered everything. We got animation, we got movies. Did we say miniseries? That's my vote, is to try to do a miniseries. But I like the idea of the kind of doing I don't know if it necessarily has to be a theatrical release. Maybe they could do it as a fun special thing, like in a limited theatrical release or something. But like a made-for-TV movie, that probably is a good way to go, just to kind of, like Jay has talked about before, where you have just like an in-universe story that just kind of refreshes your memory, gives you the feel of what new Stargate is going to feel like, what it's going to look like, who's going to be in it, what the writing style is going to be, just get everybody kind of back in that groove, and then go from there with doing like maybe a mini series that maybe leads into a series if it does well. Redo Infinity. No, it's animated. But I don't. How would you do an animated? You could have a lot of fun with that. You could you could do like crazier, zanier episodes. How haven't some like live action television series done like crazy animated episodes? Like Star Trek did that, didn't they?
Oh, I think there's a lot that have done that.
Or other. I can't think of off the top of specific ones, but
I mean, David
yeah,
brought one up a second ago. Just make them puppets. Stargate has done
yeah,
that.
yeah, they've done that. That was not, was it 200?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
200 because of
yeah,
opportunity is 100,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Uh,
or it's Wormhole Extreme or what?
oh, whatever order it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Wormhole Extreme
Yeah.
was first, but yeah.
So you're thinking that they should take it one step at a time, like a traditional kind of approach. Like,
Hmm.
all right, we've made one project. We're gonna test the pulse essentially and
Yeah,
see what happens from there.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I'd like them to just go all back in, but if they're not, they're not going to do it unless it's going to be successful. So, those steps, so like I was saying, the made for TV movie, maybe it's a limited theatrical release or whatever, but that you just fan service the hell out of that just to get everybody back into it, Yeah.
Yeah. Start a limited series that covers the years we've missed leading into a new
Mhm.
film or series.
Yeah.
That's also a fun idea. And that
Yeah.
might be a good way to approach just
Right.
a mini series
That's
like.
kind of what I was thinking, like the movie, which, and then you do a mini series, limited series that kind of tells the story and brings everything up to speed and introduces, really introduces some new characters and new people that are going to be, maybe there's a new SG-1 team that's going off on their first mission or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That would be fun to see. That'd be fun to
Mhm.
see. With that approach, my brain kind of went to two different angles.
Mhm.
Uh, if we're gonna start with a new SG team, and even if we started with the hard reboot, which would inevitably be a new SG team as well,
Mhm.
I think the two general angles that they're probably thinking about the most are your more traditional angles of,
Mhm.
okay, we've done it before. We started with the movie, and then we had a bunch of TV shows.
Mhm.
Could we do that again and really revitalize the franchise in the way that it started out as?
Mhm.
Or maybe turn that on its head a little bit
Right.
and have one mainline Stargate show
Right.
while writing 2, 3, 4 movies, 5 movies, and starting
Right.
to raise that up, almost vice versa, or not vice versa. Yeah, vice versa what Mandalorian has done. And
Yeah.
essentially vice versa what
Mhm.
Stargate did originally. I
Right.
think that wouldn't be a bad approach because it
Right.
shows Marvel and Star Wars have proven people will watch. Your niche audiences
Mhm.
will watch all
Oh,
of them,
yeah. Yeah.
but your
If it's
everyday,
done well, again,
yeah.
yeah.
But I
And
mean,
they
still, people
haven't, and Star Trek and Star Wars have done things not well, and people are still watching to a degree.
to a degree. That's
So,
kind of, I guess, the
yeah.
the thing I'm trying to
So,
think about there is
mhm. Or maybe they go Doctor Who and do Christmas specials. Those are the movies.
a TV thing.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, shoot.
Yeah.
I, if they were to do one mainline show and have multiple movies, I think that
Mhm.
might bring confidence back from the studio perspective and show
Right.
that, hey, we can do this.
Mhm.
The complicated thing with that would be what would be that mainline series? Would it be a hard reboot or would it be a soft reboot? And in that
Right.
soft reboot, I think it would be more
Right.
befitting because you
Yes.
could have the new SG team that
Mhm.
is the soft reboot
Right.
be your headliners for your movies. And that's when you go
Yeah.
get a new movie star or something. Hey, we still have
Yeah.
Jason Momoa. You can pay him a movie budget. There you go.
Right.
Like there are
Yeah.
Stargate things that work within the franchise that's already there that would be easy to
Mhm.
say, hey, yeah, we know you love the TV shows. We're
Mhm.
gonna find a way to combine the old three and bring you something new and have one big show. That way, it's a
Right.
bigger budgeted show. We're not
Right.
worrying about spinning off this, spinning off this, spinning off that. You're gonna
Right.
get maybe 5 to 8 to 10 seasons of this. This is our goal. Like you're gonna have one big mainline show
Yeah.
and follow it alongside with films. I
Mhm.
kind of wish that were the approach that were to be taken.
Right.
But that again is just another concept that we're coming up with right now. And if y'all
Mhm.
in chat have any ideas of how to approach bringing back Stargate, just in different
Yeah.
ways, like behind me, like I said, we're gonna talk about video games. Like you can see on the front of this thumbnail here. Could they approach it in an animated format like they did with the Spider-Verse stuff? Could they bring things back in kind of a Predator format where,
right,
which is almost kind of like we've talked about the last few days, a little Avengers and Justice League in a way where, okay, set things up to approach a big bad, and who would that big bad be? Would it be
right,
a ghoul coming back? Would it be the Ori coming back? Would it be the Wraith coming to the Milky Way? Or would it be us exploring something again and learning that there is a bigger big bad? Or even, I didn't realize until I saw it last week, I put it on our Facebook page on SciTrek, was, they never came up with a name for the aliens, but they have essentially the same level of technology that the Goa'uld or the Asgard or the Nox even have. It's those ones that almost had like the gills as noses right there. Do you remember those? They wore like the metallic,
vaguely,
like shiny, silvery robe.
Not the fish alien that captured Daniel, right? Not those guys.
No.
Different. I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
With
anime, I don't know. Anime wouldn't be the way to come back, but maybe you could do an anime kind of side project. Would be interesting. Yeah.
The way that I think it would be able to come back, and I think that leads a little bit into how it might instantly nukes half your audience. I don't think it nukes half your audience whatsoever at all, and I don't think there's evidence there to show that. I think there's evidence there to show not everyone's going to watch this, and that's for sure.
Right.
That is very, very for sure.
Well, yeah, we're like, it's pretty specialized audience to begin with, and that's the thing too, is like, you want to make, it's that balance act of like bringing the old fans, the hardcore fans back and have them stay with it. But also you got to bring in more, new people, younger people. And that's where I think the new SG1 team, if you get like, the right young group of actors, like they did originally, that clicks, it could work.
Yeah, because this does open the audience for a younger generation, not necessarily a younger generation, people that are just interested in anime, which is a generally niche audience, and they are willing, that audience, to go into other fandoms, other territory to figure out, hey, they've done a pretty good job at turning this into an anime. When The Witcher and Witcher season 4, we don't have to talk about all that going on right now because. But
I didn't watch it. So.
I watched an episode and I wanted to bang my head against the wall. I was like, I can't do this. I can't. Yeah. But early on, whenever it was old Cavill Witcher, there was the anime. I forget. It was like
I want to say
something
it had like
wolf.
Wolf in the title, something.
Nightmare.
But it wasn't. It was was it him? It was a different main character in the animated, though, wasn't it?
It was. Okay. It was a couple different main characters. I think it was mostly Kim Bodhinon.
Witcher or whatever, right? Because they're if I'm remembering, this Witchers is a group of people, and he's like one of the last ones or something.
Well, it showed, it showed him becoming a Witcher as a child, I think, and mostly focused on the older Witchers there. Which is a fun approach. They've proven it can do well. There are multiple other franchises. I mean, Animatrix and Blade Runner come to mind, using anime to kind of just continue their story in beautiful, well-told, storyful ways without having to break the budget. That would be I think the biggest support for the anime, or maybe even the miniseries coming first, is it's a lower entry. It's a lower barrier of entry, and you might be able to pick up some new folks. And even if the folks that would be angry or annoyed or pissed off, whatever, at first, that wouldn't watch it, if it's good enough, give them a couple months. Your streaming numbers are going to stay good for a while. In that case, it's not going to just go high and then dissipate. It's going to steadily increase if that's the case. If you have a new audience and a part of the old one, and then it's good enough where the old audience comes in, like Killer of Killers has been, I guess, for Predator. It's great. And if you follow that up with a second project like Badlands has been, where Prey revitalized all of our souls and we're like, okay, we can get a good Predator movie again. This was interesting. Killer of Killers was the one that, like we just said, was kind of the lower barrier of entry and kind of people forgot about. And Badlands has been kind of just that the culmination of both of those. Could Stargate emulate just that process of finding something where, okay, 2 TV films, 1 animated lower budget, 1 a little bit higher budget, but not super high budget. Mid-budget would be the best way to describe Prey. And going forward with those, how do you just...
I mean, I could see putting some animation in the mix, and I was thinking, like, you mentioned, like, Animatrix, and I was like, that would be kind of cool, too, to have a series of, basically, like, short stories in different styles of animation. It would be kind of a cool little thing, but I don't think that would be a way to bring it back or kickstart things. It would just be a fun side project thing, but that's not really... wouldn't work, I don't think, for bringing it back, but I like the idea. But I think you got to start with live action. I think it'd be fine to bring some animation in later, but it kind of just depends, on how it goes and what the feel of the show is and if it would work.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm kind of a little iffy about that. I mean, I think as little side projects, it'd be fine.
Interesting. Okay, because I actually think not necessarily the opposite. I think it doesn't matter how Stargate comes back unless it's a film and it has to be good. I don't necessarily think that has to be these cats, stop scratching. Come on. Oh my gosh, sorry. They're so bad. Lost my train of thought for a second there. Bringing Stargate back. I think it needs to be a film, of course, and I've kind of hounded that on over time. I don't necessarily think that needs to be a live action film with the new SG team or anything like that. I think the Killer of Killers route, where you could follow 3 separate stories that kind of culminate into a little thing, and maybe follow that again another season or not a season or another movie or something like that. I really don't think that's a bad approach. I think that is not the approach any of us would expect or necessarily want, but it's one that I think we could appreciate for the same reason Killer of Killers did what it did and Prey did what they did. For that, okay, well, there's a certain subset of the audience that was already going to watch this. They're there. There's another subset of audience that wasn't necessarily familiar with Predator or anything like that is now caught on for these new seasons. And since then, we've only seen people that have loved Predator throughout the years go back and watch more. I wouldn't think Stargate would be dissimilar in that sense, where, okay, we have a new animated project that ends up being good. Does that inform how we're going to tell our live action stories? And now we're going to do a Predator Badlands? Or, I did write back here, Spider-Verse. Why not continue the good stuff and keep having the more expensive things that I guess you could put on live action told in an animated story, that if it's solid enough, if it's good enough, if it's taken with the same approach and care that the Spider-Verse films have been taken care of with, and same thing with Killer of Killers, if it's valued with that type of same value and we get a good story, I don't think it's a bad approach. It doesn't bring everybody back immediately, but it's a lower barrier of entry for new audiences, old audiences alike, or the studio, because they don't have to put the amount of effort that would be required of a live action, and it still gets the ball rolling in not a less way.
It puts it out there, reminds everybody that this exists, and draws some people in. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree that it's like the best way to go to kick things off.
I don't know if it's the best way to go. It's just very much.
You know, because Prey was live action, you know, but
Very much, yeah.
it was well done, and you know, it's just
this has been brought up a couple times. Use the animation to tie up loose ends from the old shows. Same thing, SG Universe Season 3, realistically. Cartoons is the only chance.
Yeah.
You could do live action a few decades later with a new cast and maybe some cameos from the OGs. Yes, before I keep reading and dive a little further there for us, I do think that doing an anthology, because that's another thing that I wrote back here and that you've mentioned a few times in recent streams and such, that it might be a good way. And like we talked about, Gate World had that great video of detailing in an anthology series might be a good way to do that. If they were to do an anthology series, I think doing the Killer of Killers route would be the best way to do that. Whether it be a full film that has like 3 separate things and you get another anthology animated film, or if you just do like 3 or 4 or 5, whatever little smaller stories that you put together and kind of culminate into a larger thing at the end of it. I think that's a way to get folks excited about other projects and to make it less homeworky, like Star Wars and Marvel has become. And okay, Predator has done, and of course, earlier Marvel, they took 3 or 4 or 5 films before they did their Avengers. We got 3 films before the Avengers for the Predators are kind of happening. It's showing that you can get the same emotion and that same excitement for audiences with not less work, not less films, yes, but more efficiency with the way that work has been approached. And that's what I think Stargate could really emulate well, and utilize that animation and anthology to fill in the blanks, because we have 20 years of blanks just about now. Maybe more.
Got like, you know, universe, like what's going to be the ending there, but I think that could be tied into like a new series. They could tie that, you know, tie all the 3 series together and kind of do a show that's, you know, those 3 brought together. That
I think is my favorite route.
If we could get, you know, actors from, you know, all 3 of at least, you know, enough to make you feel like, I remember this, you know. I wanted to watch that and I never did. I should check it out.
That's actually like precisely what I was trying to get across. I don't know how Secret Level blanked my mind there, but thank you, Peter, because that is precisely kind of the approach that I think Stargate would flourish with. And it wouldn't be the approach I think any of us would think would be the right approach or the starting approach. I still think a film is best, but if they were to do a Secret Level thing where you only had like 10, 15, 18-minute episodes and you had about 10, 15 of those episodes, all right, now we know what's been going on for a while. Now we know what the Jaffa are up to. Now we know what the Uri are up to in their galaxy. We know how the Wraith and the Pegasus are. We know how the Milky Way is, both in the way we're thinking about it and the way Lucian Alliance is thinking about it. We can follow maybe some Unis and their uprising and see how they've grown in the last 15 years after the whole planet was kind of becoming a lot more Unis friendly.
Right.
We could do the same thing. Do
like a circuit around the universe to catch up on everything. Yeah.
And utilize that as Secret Level, Star Wars Visions, or even like Tales of the Empire, Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Sith. Just kind of combine the thought process for all of those and bring us something that is, again, I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but a lower barrier of entry, both for old audiences and new ones. And they don't have to spend as much money. Hey, Amazon, save a few bucks so you can spend it on the things that we really, really, really want. I really do as well, Peter. I think that's an excellent idea. Let me go up here real quick just to catch up on some of these things. anime needs more gatekeeping from the West. Hollywood ruined themselves, and now they want to infect everything else. Well, yes and no. Some of the best things, I understand the thought process. I really do. I just also think that some of the Western anime has been some of the best anime in recent memory. My favorite series, not of all time, but right up there, is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I grew up on it as a kid, but it's one I revisit very frequently because it's got a lot of good writing, lessons to pick up from, and so on and so forth. Just the world building is phenomenal. So on, anyway, yada yada. But that is a Western inspiration from anime. It's anime inspired, and it's not anime.
Right.
Anime inspired might be the better way to approach this, because I wouldn't say the Witcher things anime. Even the Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, yeah, it's anime inspired. It's not truly anime studio doing it.
Yeah,
because to be a true anime studio, you have to be from Japan. Like it's it's a specific kind of thing. It'd be more anime inspired. But you're saying it distracts itself from what makes Stargate great. Example, the dialogue about you.
Yeah.
You can still put that in animation just fine, I think. But the humanity of it, that just means you need good editors and animators, which Amazon Prime does have. We see how well they do with Invincible, and Invincible doesn't even have a very low or very high budget for the animation that kind of deserves. It's got a big audience. Yeah. The young audience who appreciate anime have no interest in Stargate, just K-pop Demon Hunter. You think anybody had an interest in K-pop Demon Hunter 3 months ago? That's kind of my thought process of, well, maybe.
If you can get something that catches on like that, and that's the hard part.
And of course, it wouldn't be some K-pop Demon Hunters. They're not doing some musical thing or anything like that. But if the barrier of entry is lower, and same thing right now with Predator Badlands. We talked about it yesterday, and it is something that it is being critiqued a lot for. Is it's PG-13? Does it take away like the R-ness, the hard rated R grittiness that is Predator? Which it doesn't. But because it is PG-13, because there's no actual human blood being shown, it's synths and creatures. It's PG-13. That has lowered the barrier of entry, and it's now the most successful Predator movie in its opening weekend that they've ever had. And it's a 45-year-old franchise. It's kind of crazy, and it's awesome at the same time. And Romulus, I think, did pretty darn well and was close to kind of doing the same last year.
Yeah. Speaking of Alien, there is going to be a season 2 of Alien Earth officially.
Yeah. Noah Hawley, and he signed a large deal too, which is really exciting.
I do like the idea of like, you could do a fun Stargate episode where they gate to a Toontown or Animated World or something crazy. They did that on Strange New Worlds with the Lower Decks crossover or whatever. Was kind of the same thing, only in reverse.
Oh yeah.
Where they came into real life from the animated world. It's like, so it's been done. It'd be fun. But again, it would have to be one of those like, Wormhole Extreme 200 type episode, but it'd be fun.
It would.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, my two favorite avenues are the animated approach like that, and then the one mainline series with multiple films set up and an idea in mind of where those films should set up. Right. The other ideas that I guess we've had would be, let's just do video games. Timekeepers kind of screwed the pooch a little bit there.
Yeah, but they were like in the 2013, 14, somewhere in there. They were actually making like a legit video game, and then they just like shut it down.
They were. Well, okay, so Amazon has their own gaming stuff. They can make their own video games, and they have plenty of great working relationships with video game making companies as well.
Yes.
Sony. What was that? So which
Nice
could
state.
be the company making Stargate if we're not careful. You know what I mean? But it very well may be, if that's the case,
Mhm.
or if they were to team up with another group to make a video game.
Mhm. It just seems like perfect for a video game. You go to these different worlds, you have to explore them, whatever the adventure, the fight, or the battle, or whatever is on, you got to like fight through these things. And maybe there can be some overarching thing, like you got to collect things from all these different worlds to do something. And that's how you finish the game.
Well,
Anyway,
there are a few ways they could approach video games,
Mhm.
and I actually
Yeah.
think the fun way to approach video games for Stargate that could work, and you could have 2 mainline series of video games too.
Mhm. Like a mobile game and a console or PC game, maybe.
And
Yeah.
this would be for the soft reboot idea as well. No,
Mhm.
and I think both of these would be console games.
Mhm.
And you could definitely have, one set of things here, one set of things here,
Mhm.
so on and so forth. They could continue these stories to fill in the gap of what we've missed. I
Right.
think one mainline video game franchise of SG-1 and one mainline video game franchise of SGA would be genius.
Mhm.
Because then you can get all the actors back that you've been wanting to have back, and we've all been wanting to have back for a decade now, decade
Right.
plus.
Yeah.
Back, and again, it's a lower barrier of entry. It's more expensive to make the video game overall, but as we've all seen, and just the numbers show, video games are by far like the most profit-making entertainment
Oh,
thing
yeah. Mhm.
that there is.
For sure.
So that has the most ability to fund the next things that the Stargate franchise and Amazon would like to do with it,
Mhm.
if done well. And SG-1 could most definitely be continued. You could very well, the best way for a Stargate game is to give it to Bethesda as, I love Bethesda so much. We talk about Fallout so frequently.
Yeah.
It would take way too long. If they were able to oversee it in a similar way that they did the Indiana Jones game, yes. If not, there are a couple other great companies as well. I'd be wary of EA and BioWare right now, but there are. Give it to Obsidian or something.
Yeah.
Somebody. Stargate as a video game only really works one way: to hide loading screens between different areas behind a Stargate portal animation.
Yeah.
Hey, but still, that's a built-in perfect thing, and all you got to do is have a cool animation for your loading screen, and people are like, "I'm in a new place," and you're great.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
I think the video games would be a wonderful way of coming back, and they cannot make. Oh, I thought he wrote Stargate Timekeepers. There it is. Cannot make Timekeepers again. No more. Nothing can be.
Yeah.
Nothing that you're charging people
Mhm.
5 times the amount of what it should be charged for. The
Right.
most Stargate Timekeepers is a freaking cell phone game that should maybe cost $3, $2.99, like maybe. I wouldn't buy it for that. But $1.99, $2 would be the most realistic thing, and it sucks. I hate it. I hate that I hate it, but Timekeepers did not. It hurt Stargate more than it did anything else. It was something that people got really excited about, and then it was shite. And nobody's playing it.
Yeah.
Have they made any money from it? I doubt it. I doubt they made their money back from it, if anything.
Right. So why not do it for like $2 or whatever, just to make some just whatever. Maybe it's just better to write it off as a loss or something. I don't know. I doubt. Do they even have anybody working on it anymore? Like doing any updates or development on it? I doubt it.
I seriously doubt it. If you are one of the folks working on it, good, thank you. But come on, bring it back in the way it should be. Start pitching these ideas to your bosses, because we need SG-1 and SGA as video games. That not only does it fill in the blanks with the characters that we need,
Right.
it gives us a lot of cool new Stargate stories with the characters that we love without having to de-age a bunch of actors and spend a lot more money from the studio perspective, or
Right.
even get those actors back. And if the hesitation is how many people are willing to come to a new Stargate project, a video game figures that out pretty quickly. You're going to figure out your audience very fast.
Right.
And guess what? A video game, you're going to get people to buy for $60-$70. So
if it's worth it.
well,
that's the hard part. And it takes a long time to develop these too, but
it does.
So
that's kind of,
I don't know if there isn't like an audience already, are they gonna, unless they just try to, how do I say it, like make it like just a really good video game that everybody wants to play that just happens to be Stargate, and the stuff in it is canon or whatever, but yeah, maybe it's just a really good video game that doesn't have to be tied to the show necessarily.
Yeah. Like, I think that is the best way to approach it. Is if in video game format. Of course, we're talking about all the different ways to approach bringing Stargate back, but I think if the video game were to be an approach that they were just debating and trying to decide on, it would be a very strong contender. Particularly for soft reboot. If it's a hard reboot, that's a different conversation, because then you might just want to focus on one thing first and foremost. Just get the TV show going, get the movies going. Don't.
If it's a hard reboot, I hate to say it, because I, like everyone else, I don't want there to be a hard reboot. But on the same hand, I think Stargate is a good story, and it would be a shame not to do it just because it would have to be a hard reboot. Because I think it's just a good story, even if you have to tell it without the original legacy cast. Of course, I want the original legacy cast. I want that. But in some ways it'd be kind of easier because they could just kind of basically just retell the same story, like do the movie, like the original movie, like a more modern retelling of it, it'd be easier to do that in a way, because then they have a place to start. Now it's like, okay, we got to take all this canon in, and how do we move it forward? I mean, it can be done, but
it's just such an iffy thing, just no matter what the approach is, it's
right. I mean, the soft reboot is the best, really do the fan service a lot in the beginning. Let us see the people and places that we know. And then over time, you can move away from that to the new, as the new characters develop and we get into the new storyline that's going on. I think that would be the best way to go. But how do you, fill in that gap and move forward? And the whole thing, with, we have all this Asgard technology, maybe somehow there's got to be a reset on that some way. We'll see. Maybe the Nox are like, yeah, we don't like that you guys have this technology. Yoink. And they take it.
Actually would be a really good thing. David just brought up a great point. If we're still talking about video games, and this would be good for soft or a hard reboot here, they could do it like the Walking Dead Telltale games or the Expanse games released in chapters where it's more about story.
Right.
Because the Walking Dead game in total is like 12 chapters or something like that, right, David? And you're essentially releasing smaller DLCs at a time where, you might have one big video game, then 8 months later, they're going to add a DLC where you have, we got an expansion and cool.
Right. Yeah.
This would just be consistent expansions.
Right.
Every
World of
week.
Warcraft does that, I think.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Would that be? And this wouldn't be like World of Warcraft where it would be continuous forever. It would be that.
Right. Yeah. There's a story. an arc. Yeah. And that's the thing too, like when they bring it back, do they need to come up with some, instead of going like monster of the week with maybe like, a storyline for a season or a few episodes or something, is there going to be some bigger universe overarching thing that they're trying to do?
This may be the code cracked right there, David, because this again will make Amazon more money, which is going to be something that they need to do, and we're kind of all willing to pay for Stargate. So yeah, we're going to pay $5-6 a chapter, $10 a chapter. Don't raise it past 12-15, because then I might not pay for it every time. But I think a well priced product like that. That is story driven, story focused would be great. And if they were able to do that with a smaller team and make it a video game focused team as well, the writers for these things, you could have the Jaffa version of that. Then you could have the like we've talked about doing. Oh, it would be fun if we saw like just a mini series that had an anthology or something like that. Of each different episode was picking up from a different place. This might be the best way to do that. And you get more story for each different respective story within Stargate, the world, there is. And Amazon's going to make more money at the end of the day. So it's kind of a best for everybody situation. Maybe not best for our pocketbooks, but hey, if we're getting that amount of Stargate in a short amount of time, or not necessarily a short amount of time, but that amount of Stargate while it comes back, I think we're willing to probably do it, That might be the way to do it. 4 or 5 seasons of 5 chapters. Okay. So about 15 to 20 chapters. That's not bad. So you buy 5 chapters at a time, and you do that 4 times. Yeah, I'd spend $20 at a time doing that.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's done well and it, like, they really leave you kind of like a cliffhanger or something, it makes you really wanna get the next, thing.
Because that is, I do like that idea a whole bunch. That's a great way, David. Let me see what else behind us on this board. I mean, those are kind of the ideas we have.
I mean, of course, everybody wants Brad Wright to be, was it Brad Wright and Robert Cooper?
Robert C. Cooper, some.
I think you got Joseph Malozzi too, but I think it'd be good to have those guys as consultants, maybe. But I like the idea of having like the original people as kind of consultants. Maybe they write an episode here and there, something, or but then have like we've mentioned, the Mark Fergus route. Somebody who really truly loves and appreciates it, and would work well with the original creators, to move forward with it.
That is best case scenario.
Is Amazon willing to do that is the problem. It seems like they haven't been up to this point. But
best case, I would hope that they would be willing to bring those folks back for those kind of things.
Right. I mean, consulting at the least.
Consult, maybe write an episode or here or two.
Yeah.
But hey, how about they throw a dog a bone? And they get Brad Wright to write one of these, Robert C. Cooper to write another one.
Right. Malozzi? No.
Sure. Give Joseph Malozzi one of those two.
Sorry.
What's the DeLuise? Peter DeLuise, right?
Yeah.
Peter DeLuise.
Oh, remember, there's like 3 of them.
Tom DeLuise. I went everywhere besides Peter DeLuise.
Peter, I think, is the one that did direct a lot of episodes of stuff. I think it's Peter. Yeah.
He was huge on
cool. Have him direct some episodes. I mean, a lot of the original cast can do. I mean, you can have Amanda direct a bunch of episodes. I mean, that's like what she does more than anything nowadays. So
Honestly, yeah.
yeah,
I think having a Jaffa, a Lucian Alliance, maybe a Goa'uld, and then a human perspective, one of these
right.
would
Yeah.
be great. And you could have Brad Wright, Robert C. Cooper, Peter DeLuise, and either Joseph Malazzi or get frickin' Amanda Wright. I just kept wanting to say Carter so bad.
Amanda Tapping.
Amanda Tapping. Oh my God. Oh, Amanda Wright. That's somebody. That's one of my mom's friends, actually. Hello. Oh God, brain farts.
Siler.
Plenty. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Bring Siler back in. Bring Safety Guy in. Those might be beautiful ways to allow the folks that should be consulting Amazon. No matter what the hell you do, these folks should be consulting. Even if it's a hard reboot, all of these people should be consulting.
Right.
There's
That's what you're saying. Of like have Amanda Tapping be kind of like the Jonathan Frakes of Stargate. You know,
why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, she's got the sensibilities for it. She's got the repertoire under her belt for it, acting wise, directing wise, producing wise.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And to give her, hey, maybe she doesn't even have to write it. Get Malazzi to write something and let her do the direction for the entire walking Stargate or whatever. I don't know, the Telltale version of a game for that. And she's earned it over the years, you know. Actually, she's put in the time, effort, and just she's been obviously the companion stuff didn't go, I think, as well as everybody was hoping it was going to go and all that. But she's shown she's there for the people of the community for Stargate as well, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it is.
That would be not just a beautiful homage and a way to bring back Stargate, but it'll be a good way to get those folks that have been most involved, most intrinsically involved throughout time back there in a meaningful way, not just for them, but for audiences. Because we want, they know, the studio knows how much we want them back. I understand from the studio perspective of, oh, we let these people back in, they're going to take it over. Now it's just the old blood, not the new blood in here.
Yeah.
I get that. I do. As much as I don't appreciate the thought process, I understand it from the studio perspective.
Right. And I don't know if that would really be much of a problem. I think, anyway. Well, I mean, RDA is like really old. I mean, he's in his 70s now, so I don't know. But, you know, like I said, a lot of people want him to come back, but I like the have him come back and save the world and goes out and that's it. Yeah. You know,
sorry, Matt. Sorry.
Yeah.
sorry, all of the people that don't want RDA to die. But if RDA comes back, he's going to get killed off, and whatever it's going to be, it's going to be heartfelt and emotional, and they're going to try to make sure it is.
Right.
But he's not going to stay.
No.
Like,
let's be real. He would want to do a full-time thing. He wouldn't. I mean, pop in for guest star once in a while, but that would get kind of old. It's like I would just like to see him do something big and go out.
There would be people that would not like it.
No,
Jack
I wouldn't.
President.
Have him be the president in the background. That not with Jack's personality. That would not. No. I mean, it seemed like he hated just running the SGC as it was.
In a big way, which was some great moments, but people would hate it. But I think the most meaningful way, because they're gonna say, because if this were to happen, people would totally say, you did that to Jack in animation. If they were to do the Telltale style Walking Dead type games for Stargate and have one humanity focused, and the big, whatever the big bad that has to be kind of whatever the big thing that needs to be crossed over, that barrier that needs to be crossed, or the big bad that needs to be taken out, whatever happens, by the end of it, RDA, Jack O'Neill, bites the bullet.
Yeah.
That would be your best case scenario for the ability to give him the most rich story throughout amount of time.
Yeah.
And you still get RDA back as the voice actor for it.
Yep.
Yes, it sucks you don't see his death in live action. but it's arguably better because you get to spend more time with the character. But people would be very upset if he died in an animated thing. But I still think it
Yeah,
might
no, I think it would have to be a very heartfelt live action kind of
I'd be very happy with heartfelt
thing.
animation as well.
And I think it would make people, well, you'd have to really get people emotionally invested in him as a character. And then which a lot of people are already, but for new people, yeah.
No matter how Amazon approaches,
I get why people would want to keep him around, but I just think with his age and stuff, would you rather have him continually be on the show and it just be a declining thing and he just kind of fizzles out? Or would you rather, make it like a very emotional, heartfelt, he saves the world thing? I would rather have that and lose the character than,
So
you could
much
always have somebody else that kind of fills that role of what his character did and what his character was like. And like we talked about before, his clone is out there. His clone might come back, and you could find another actor that is him but not him or something, yeah.
Because we already have Cam Mitchell. Cam Mitchell would be great. He's the back replacement that they naturally already had. So to have that happen would be natural. I mean, they've already set it up. It's he's gonna have to go at some point, either getting to spend that amount of time with him in an animated video game or live action death. Either way would be meaningful, I think, to folks. This would be an amazing death, though.
Yeah, at that same cabin, which that house still exists, I think.
Oh, wow. Because that would be the most in-character way of going as possible.
Yeah, or that would be a great like fan service thing too, to have him fishing at that house again, like sitting there, and maybe that's when they approach, like in the beginning of SG-1, and I think of the movie too, where they, the military shows up at his house to be like, hey, we need you to come back in. Maybe he's sitting there fishing at that pond at that house, and SPC shows up to be like, hey, we gotta, we need to call you back in, and that kind of calls back to all of the previous things too. It'd be really cool, because there's something he knows, or something, because he had all that information downloaded into his brain. Maybe somehow they realized that's still in there, but it's just been blocked off so it wouldn't explode his head or whatever. And there's something in there that they need to tap into to save the world, but maybe that kills him in the process or something, Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to approach Jack. He's something that needs to be approached.
Yeah.
It does suck that RDA's at the age where there's not much you can do with bringing him back. Luckily, Michael Shanks and Amanda Tapping and Chris Judge are all at the right age where you can still have them around for a while.
And they're all still in really good shape and everything too, so they can do kind of action-ish things. I think, maybe not a lot, but some. Do
you have a date when Stargate will return? We wish. We're keeping our ears and eyes out for you.
We're hoping.
But
all those years would be nice.
we're trying to give Amazon a good reason right now to say, all right, you know what? Maybe they have a couple good ideas to run with here. I really do. Let's okay. We're 5 minutes away from hitting an hour mark. Let's vote on what seems to be the best way to revitalize and revive the franchise. Do we like the idea of doing?
I don't know. Can you put a poll up real quick? I don't know.
Oh, I guess let me pull up on actual YouTube right quick. It is always a little funky when I do this, so bear with me, y'all. I'm just hoping we don't have a lot of loud noises. Oh, there we go. Okay, stop myself pretty quickly. Good. Putting a poll up. How many things can I do? Start a poll. Only 4 options. Okay.
So movie, like whether that's theater or TV movie, we'll just kind of count that as movie. Like movie, video game, animation. What would be the other one? Miniseries, limited series.
Well, let's be even more specific. Let's say main TV show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm missing.
Culminating movies.
Yeah.
Multiple TV shows
Mm-hmm.
begin with movie. Telltale chapter video games.
Mm-hmm.
Or just video games regularly.
Yeah. / video game.
Yes, I just said or VG, so that's just regular video games. That stands for. And the other would be animated anthologies.
Yeah, or just any kind of animation, whatever that is. Yeah.
I said films or anthology. Okay, poll is on. It is now active.
Hey, cool.
Now we'll go back and forth and check on it.
What do I want to vote for?
I'm intrigued. I'm not going to vote on here. I'm going to just kind of let it sit and figure out what happens with it.
Yeah, I won't vote either. I shouldn't.
Well, I mean, that's fine. Full reboot series, separate, parallel universe.
Yeah.
Oh, secret level style tying up loose ends. Yeah, that'll be under anthology. I mean, animation with anthology down there as well, because that would be that essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I like every avenue. The best avenue in the world that we really wish could happen, I think, would be maybe 2 or 3 of these kind of being put together.
Right.
Like maybe the animation video games and then like either the films or the TV, whichever way.
We have to have one thing that really kicks it off and have that one thing be very successful. Then it can kind of splinter off into all these other things. But I think Amazon would do more of the approach like what I was saying earlier. Not that I'm right about everything, but well, no, maybe I am. With the movie, like I said, well, anyway, I've already said at the beginning of the stream, the movie, which then, if that's successful, moves into a television show or more made-for-TV movies or something.
That's the most natural.
And then if that continues to be successful, then we get into video games, animation, etc. Yeah.
That is the most tried and true approach. And the reason I didn't put it on the poll is why the hell hasn't it been done already is kind of my thought. It's like we have had the opportunity.
There's lots of excuses, like they had to wait for the sale to go through, then they had to reorganize, then there was the strike, and then someone was running things that didn't make it a priority, and so on and so forth.
That has all happened.
All right, I gotta step away for a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. This is gonna give me a chance to look at the poll. Oh wow, main TV show culminating movies. So it's 67%. 33% is multiple TV shows begin with a movie. 0% on Telltale chapter video games. 0% on animation films or anthology. Wow, wowzers. That's only a few votes. We have double the amount of people in here. Y'all ought to vote on there and see what's going. Vote down here for the couple people that just jumped in here. Vote down in that poll. Let us know what you think is the best approach to revitalize the franchise. And oh wow, I'm not shocked, honestly. I guess that it is the approach. Ultimately, I really do like the Telltale video games. I really do like the animation thing, and I think those lower the barrier of entry. But if we're going to go with and this is the same thing Sarah was just talking about, where it would follow that regular approach, your tried and true standard approach of filmmaking where, hey, we're going to put out a movie. We're going to try to make that movie as good as we can. If people love it, we'll give you more. If people don't like it, we'll test the waters if we can. He didn't even vote for his own telltale pitch on the poll. I mean, shoot, that is actually pretty funny. That is great, though. It just makes the most sense. You do tried and true release that film and have multiple TV shows, or not, excuse me, you do multiple films over time and you prepare for those multiple films. You know where you want those films to go, and then you have that mainline TV series that informs you. It would be SG1 and SGA kind of put together, and you might even want to bring SGU back at some point, and that would be the place to do something like that, where the films, or if I'm going to sound like a seal for a second there, why not culminate the movies in kind of the finishing off of SGU? Well, that would be an interesting place for the films to go to if they were to do a trilogy of films, a quadrilogy of films, 5 films, whatever it ends up being. That way it's not just they found a new ball, or they found a new Anubis, or oh, wow, we got another set of the Ori here, or the Wraith even coming back. The Wraith coming back would be pretty sick, but
yeah, there's more story to tell with the Wraith.
Oh, so
I think that Gould, like, that's been beat to death, I think.
and
I mean,
the
it'd
only
be fine to have them in the mix, but I don't think make that the main focus again. No. Yeah.
don't bring back replicators. Don't do it.
Oh, yes.
Don't
no,
do it.
no. That too can go.
Don't do it.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have some new villains, you know.
Yeah, that'd be great. I do
the
like
planet builders are evil.
the planet builders. Maybe not being evil or good
Right.
would be interesting. And
Right. Mhm.
obviously, we have the ancients kind of playing with that, but they are still trying to be a little good. The planet builders, well, maybe the planet builders would lean a little bit good, because kind of the ancients where Omadasala leaned good, the rest of them were just completely apathetic. Apathy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm half kidding with them being evil anyway. I'm not, you know, but that's something to explore. But they're kind of very close to ancients, so maybe it's too similar. I don't know. You have the drones, you know, and all those other descendants.
We almost mentioned them earlier. These are the ones that I was talking about. These folks over here on the right.
Oh, yeah.
Are they actually called the Narita? I thought they didn't have an actual name.
Oh, from Spirits. Oh, God, that was a bad episode.
It's not a great episode, but these guys at least have the ability of the Nox. You know, they have.
They're shapeshifters, basically, right? Yeah. Was that their ability? Because they would appear as.
Yeah, it just calls them spirits. Is what they were named as, I guess.
But they just kind of took sort of indigenous culture and played into it, basically.
Yeah, in a big way.
Yeah.
But these guys essentially have every capability we expect the Nox to have. Not the Nox, excuse me, the Furlings to have. These guys could be the Furlings. If we wanted to give them an actual name, they could be the Furlings. And
that's what we need to go with, the Furlings. We always forget about the Furlings.
They're ripe to be.
Maybe they're not furry at all.
It would be funny. Maybe they evolved past their fur, like the Asgard at some point. You know,
you can't help but think of the Ewok thing, because it was it in the 200 episode where they showed the Ewok like furlings or whatever? Yeah,
the koala, but it was the Ewok koala.
Yeah,
it's so great. I actually very much disagree. Retire the Jaffa, cheap Klingon knockoffs anyway. They're not. But
right, they have similar kind of the honor culture and things like that. But,
Furlings are Ewoks. They look
Yeah.
more like Eelings. That's
Yeah.
funny. Uh,
Eelings.
the God. The Jaffa, almost the thing that I think fits with the Jaffa really well right now too is kind of the Predator Badlands kind of stuff. I could see very much
Mm-hmm.
the Predator almost feels kind of Klingon like in this one, and obviously I'm not super familiar with Klingons and.
Oh yeah, Predator's very Klingon. very,
But very much the same vein of things. I think leaning into some stuff like that would be really cool. I think having the Jaffa, especially now that the Goa'uld are no longer this terrifying force in the galaxy that has been enslaving them for so long. Now that they're no longer in power the way they were, does that open up? And it does open up. The answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
How, I guess, is the real question. How does that open up the Jaffa job system? You know, they're no longer just working for the world. I wouldn't mind seeing some Jaffa bounty hunters.
Well, I think they're just trying to be their own race of people that are no longer enslaved. And I guess, it'd be interesting because they're like, Jaffa mercenary armies or whatever.
Well, they would have to do things like that. There totally would be the part of society from them that say, okay, we need to normalize us as a normal society. So we're going to have some lawyers as Jaffa. We already saw some of that. They were already getting into that by the end of the series.
Oh yeah, so they're figuring that out.
Jobs, all of that kind of stuff down pat.
Right.
That being said, the vast majority of Jaffa are trained as not just warriors, but killers, honorable killers, sure, but they're kind of warrior monks in their own way.
Oh yeah, because they're very religious. I mean, when they were believers, and there's some Jaffa that won't quit believing, that are just going to continue to believe, some radical crazy group,
that might be trying to go revive Goa'uld. They're saying our God's been taken out. We need to find a way to bring them back. And you can even correlate human history with that and kind of say, well, some things obviously were focused more on the Egyptian gods, but there were Greek gods as well in the pantheon of Goa'uld. Hey, what happened to the Greek gods? They took over from the gods before them, the Titans. And the Titans even came back and fought a few times, and sometimes banished Zeus, and it was kind of a back and forth type of thing throughout mythology. I was about to say mythological history, but mythology would be the right way to say that. This would be our mythological history, Stargate here. And it would be interesting to have some of them say, like, well, they might have been defeated, but that doesn't mean they're dead. Their genetic memory lives on. They're Goa'uld. As long as their genetic memory lives on, and one of them's able to escape and pass that on, that God survives in their mind, And it would be interesting to have a subset of Jaffa that maybe refuse to take Tritonin, and they still have their snakes in there. They still have their symbiotes.
Yep.
Is any religion other than Christianity allowed in the U.S. anymore?
Yeah. Totally.
That's a fundamental part of this country. Don't believe everything you hear on the news. That's a little silly. But it would be interesting for the Jaffa to be explored in some different ways like that, because they very much are that Mandalorian, Predator, Klingon type of society that we're tough. But we do it for honor. We do it for a larger purpose than just ourselves.
Right. And what's that? Where that purpose was the gods before, now what is that purpose?
Yeah.
So, there you go, Alex.
That would just it'd be great. I still think they have Jedi. Where are we at now? We're at 4060. Wow. Actually, the multiple TV shows begin with movie has overtaken the main TV show. That's kind of surprising, honestly. because it's not. I guess it's not surprising. Actually, let's rephrase this because think about this, y'all, from the studio. You might change your vote after this. Think about it from the most realistic, not from what you want. It's not what we want. This is not what we want. If we could have 7 TV shows going for Stargate right now, I think we'd all say yes. That's what we want. Let's be realistic and actually choose what we think is the most viable thing for the studio, Amazon at hand here to come in and do. Because at first, that 67% made a lot of sense. But now it's skewing in I think a more of a want kind of way. Well, I think there's some debate happening in the chat.
Yeah. Well, no, I've heard. I mean, we'll see. There's been things going on in England lately. So.
Yeah. If what you're looking at it from the studio perspective, which option is the cheapest and quickest?
Movie, made-for-TV movie. I don't know if that's the cheapest though. Well, animation would be the cheapest and quickest, but I don't think that
would be that.
I don't, as far as it actually working though, I don't know if that would work.
Realistic main TV show with a movie. Yeah, and hopefully multiple movies like that. Because that dives into what Sarah was saying earlier, where it is that traditional format of, hey, you release a good movie and you see what happens. And then if they had that mainline TV show to be that through line as they did multiple other films, hell yeah. But that first one would totally we're having fun in the chat. It's the lowest barrier of entry would be animation. That would also be the same thing for Amazon as well as audiences. Multiple shows won't happen. That's where I'm at. And that's why I try to kind of differentiate that thought process is like, I don't want to be upsetting necessarily, of course, but we're not going to get multiple shows. Let's think about this from the studio perspective. Unless
it becomes like very like popular, successful, then maybe we get like a spin, we get an Atlantis or a universe, but it's not going to be like Star Wars or whatever that went crazy.
Well, yeah, and Star Wars and Star Trek have kind of shown why that's not the best way to take things sometimes.
Right, and Star Trek is kind of dialing it back and looking to, I mean, at least, watching, I watch Jay's videos on that stuff. So, yeah.
It's just, if animation were the way to go, for the kids versus for the oldies, I don't think though. For the kids wins, they're the future. That's also a good point. Because I don't necessarily think it is one or the other that's going to watch it. I think oldies are going to end up watching the animated stuff nonetheless. I think it.
Yeah, I mean the goal would be to bring back the old audience and have a new audience.
Yes. The question there is, does animation make the most sense there? Or do like the Telltale video games make more sense? I do like the idea of having like the larger kind of games as well for SG1 and SGA, but that would also kind of be a movie did really well, and also we have a season 1 of the series that's doing really well. Now maybe let's put this into development.
Right. I don't think the animation in video games, I think that would be geared more towards a new audience than the older audience. Although I think there's a lot of people in the older audience, we're all nerds, so we would be into it. But I think that would be leaning more into the new audience than bringing back the original audience. Yeah.
Which I don't think is necessarily a bad idea. I know it's a little probably not controversial or sacrilegious. Well, maybe a little bit of both for Stargate folks, but I don't think focusing on new fans is a bad thing.
I don't think so either. It's just you kind of need to do both at once. That's the hard part. That's the tricky thing.
I don't think it's that hard. Hard reboot makes it very hard. Hard reboot immediately just makes that, because then you might only have new fans if you're not careful, and just a very small subset of the fans that aren't completely aggravated with you. But yeah, blend old with new, moving forward with ideas. I just think if
Yeah.
you skew younger at first, not necessarily younger, that might not even be the right way to say that. If you
Right.
skew into a format that will attract younger viewers,
Mhm.
might be the caveat there.
Right.
If that is the case, you make a solid project. If you make a solid project, Amazon,
Mhm.
even if the old souls, all of the people that love Stargate, all of us here on this channel and Gate World, all and everywhere on and so forth.
Mhm.
If it's a great project,
Yep.
they might not. All of us might not be there day one. You know we will, but
Yeah.
not all of us will be
Yeah.
there day one.
Right.
But if it's written well, people will come. People
Mhm.
will come.
Right. If
Whether
it's
it's
a good
animation,
show, people watch good shows. Period.
whether it's animation, video games,
Right.
or the brand new movie,
Mhm.
people will come.
Yep.
What wouldn't bring a curious young one that oldies are raving about 15 years ago, but palpable for young? The way, just the, it does frustrate me a little bit nowadays. People my age, I'm in my mid-20s. People my age, the way they go see movies are, and I do live in Los Angeles, so there is the subset of folks who only go see independent films, only go see the Oscar bait kind of films. And I
Mhm.
do love those. I love those to death. But that's not what we're here to talk about. That's not what we
Right.
strive and drive to watch and enjoy. It's the sci-fi projects, the fantasy projects, those fun kind of projects that expand the world we know with the mythologies we grew up with and so on more. So especially with sci-fi, so much more than that.
Mhm.
And expanding that for different worlds and trying to live and think
Mhm.
about how it would be to live in those worlds, so on and so forth. If you make that interesting and cover all those, X all those little
Mhm.
boxes right there
Mhm.
and make it a good project, people are going to be there. So
Mhm.
it's not a, I guess, a hard concept. You just have to double down and do it, Amazon. We don't need
Yeah.
bickering gets us nowhere.
Mm-mm.
Compromise is two groups of people not necessarily 100% loving the end output, but it being acceptable. I'm
Mhm.
not saying make Stargate acceptable, but maybe compromise on the way to how to get it here and figure out the best way to do that as a studio, not just, all right, what's going to be the what don't focus as much on the old fans is what I'm trying to say without trying to be an asshole, at the same
Mhm.
time. The
Right.
old fans are so important. They will be your backbone. First and foremost, you have to make sure you're going to get new people here too.
Oh yeah.
It's a great enough series where you don't need a hard reboot. You don't need a hard reboot. If you're going to do it, there are ways to do it, but you don't need it. I started watching Stargate in frickin' 2020 while the pandemic was happening.
Mhm.
It's a great enough series. And at that point, I was literally 21 years old. So
Yeah.
young people will enjoy it. Very, very much
Yeah.
so.
It's getting the hook, the hook.
It's getting the hook.
Yeah.
And thankfully, there was a pandemic where there was no end in sight. And I said, hey, I need the longest series I can find that seems like a fun fandom and seems like something enjoyable.
Right.
That would just maybe fun to just try out while there's not much going on in the world. Hey,
Right.
here we are 5 years later talking about Stargate on like a
Yeah.
weekly basis. Because
Yeah.
it turns out, oh yeah, there was a franchise I was amazing.
Mhm.
As much as I don't like saying don't focus on the old fans, don't. They'll be here. They'll be back if you make a good project. That
Yeah.
is the big asterisk right there. If you make a good project, Amazon, that's what we need.
Yep.
But you don't need to focus on the old souls. Get the new people involved and have something great enough for even the pissy folk that are like, well, this isn't what we expected for Stargate.
Right.
If you make a good enough project, they're going to come.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to come. We're going to check it out.
Yeah. I mean, there is that group of people that just want it to be exactly like what it was originally when it was on TV, and it's not going to be that. It's going to have more of, I mean, this is me making assumptions, of course, but it's going to have more of like that SGU Expanse kind of feel to it. It's not going to be like, SG1 and SGA. It's not going to, I mean, there may be some elements of that feel familiar, but it's not going to be exactly like that. It's never going to be. And there's people that aren't going to be happy unless it's that. And it's just, that wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work.
No. And with saying skew towards the younger audience, skew towards the new audience, not necessarily younger, new audience would be the best way to say that.
Yeah.
Skew towards new people,
right?
Interest new people, because you already have such a great group of people that already are interested.
Yeah.
They will be back if you make a good project.
Yep. That's what it comes down to.
And if you want Stargate to be successful, it needs new audiences as well.
Mm-hmm.
That does not negate, put a little love in there for the original folks. That way, because like we said,
you can do that easily, I think. Yeah.
A hard reboot, if you're going to do it, could make sense, Amazon. But at the end of the day, soft reboot ultimately makes the most sense. And you can still do this, and you can still have the fun stuff that you're expecting. Just not necessarily to lesser degrees, but in a varying way.
Right. They're not the main focus of the show anymore. They're just around to make you feel familiar and feel like it's Stargate,
And for new people watching it, it shouldn't even register. It should just be like, oh, this is a really cool general. Or, okay, so this person's in charge of, or this person was almost like in an elected position from the public of multiple countries to be in this position to kind of oversee some stuff. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that also happens to be a man, Sam Carter or Daniel Jackson or whatever. Yeah.
Those are the two people that came to mind, mostly Daniel Jackson right there. Or like, not Weir, but somebody that would be in the same vein of Weir. Or even, Camille Ray in SGU.
Or Woolsey.
Yeah, or Woolsey's the perfect example. Where that slimy little bastard took a long time to like, but when we liked him, he was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, that last season of Atlantis, he was great.
Oh, so good. I almost want to watch Atlantis back just to get to his stuff. Whenever I saw that he was going to lead that last season, whenever I was watching it, I just went, you're going to end the show like that?
Yeah.
And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, Woolsey's like my favorite person now. Not my favorite person, but in my top something, like it's just.
Well, Robert Picardo is great. So,
Yeah, I guess I haven't watched as much Star Trek, so I'm not super familiar with his Star Trek isms, but he's just so good. And he always was good. He was the slime ball that was great to hate for so many seasons, and then he just comes in.
They were able to take a character like that and turn it into what he was. They kind of did that with McKay also, but
very much so. Oh yeah. He was kind of the litmus test for Picardo in a way.
Yeah.
SG Earth, Lead Farmer said.
Yeah, that's a good name, actually.
I like it. They couldn't use it because of Alien Earth. They couldn't use it because of that, but it's a freaking cool name. I do like it. It's simple.
Right.
SGE fits so well at the same time. Yeah. Honestly, they could make it just SG Earth, and they could just call it SGE.
Right.
That's always an opportunity.
Or maybe they go back to it. Remember they wanted to do a show, Stargate Command show. That's what became kind of seasons 9 and 10 or whatever.
They still have that would be the way to do that.
Yeah.
That would be a good mainline Stargate
and
show.
I would like, to see Cam Mitchell come back too as something. I don't know what. You want to have Sam running the SGC, but in a way, I don't know, maybe Mitchell might be the better one. I don't know. It's kind of a toss up. But Mitchell's very much more like the military mind, but I want to see a woman running it, but she's more of a scientist.
She melts military and science though, which is the
she's
part
the
of her.
blend of those two, where Mitchell's very like straight line military. guy.
She's not actually, I don't know if Sam's really all that empathetic. She can be at times. Then the other time she's like, just blow up a sun. Just take out the system over here.
I want Sam to be running it, but it's like I could see it going either way. I think I think they would go with Sam because I think we want to have a woman running things.
And it makes sense. And like everything else that we
I don't know, maybe Mitchell heads up just the military arm of the SGC.
It would make sense for both of them to be.
He's over all the teams and stuff or something,
Well, one thing that I think would be a really good, if they were to do the mainline TV show and have the multiple films, the films would focus on the younger crowds. You might have General Mitchell or General Carter giving some kind of orders to send them off to whatever mission they may be doing. That would be fun. The mainline TV series, though, if it were to be, and I think SG Earth makes a lot of sense. I do think Stargate Command still would be the way to.
Yeah. And Sam did run Atlantis too, so she does have the experience, I guess, for the job. So.
Well, and especially if Atlantis is on Earth or even in the Milky Way galaxy, it ought to be Stargate Command. It only makes sense. Especially because
Atlantis is it'd be an easy way to, you can keep everything secret there. It can, it's mobile. Supposedly if they fix it, there's a drive or something they got to fix. I think it could still fly. It just didn't have the whatever drive.
The Quadria something or whatever drive.
Yeah. Hyperspace drive or whatever. It was like some Uber hyperspace drive or something.
Yeah, we're Stormy or Matt when we need them with the good jargon. Real quick, just catching up on some chats real quick. Suradka said, "Hi, they are so missing out on not making a new movie or TV series. If they don't want to do it, then sell it to someone that will. We love Stargate."
Yeah.
You might be
like we were talking about Badlands. Disney took a franchise and did something with it. How about that?
And I get it. The easy thing to do is to hate on Disney.
Yeah.
But they did something right this time. I'm not the person that's going to be like, they did something right, they're going to do it right every single time from here on out. I doubt it. No. I really doubt it.
No,
I got my fingers crossed, but I doubt it. Yeah. It's just give us something. Give us something to chew on. And that's where I think the animation or that Walking Dead style, that Telltale game style, like Expanse as well, for Stargate would be that lower barrier of entry, cheaper for them to at least get moving and produced. The first aspects of each of those, you continue on projects, whether it be animated series or animated 3-4
to do like some little social media shorts, of something, just to get it out there, like just little short stories that are like 2 minutes long, or whatever, like a little 5-minute or whatever, however long, it'd be different lengths, I suppose, depending on what it would be. But
I hate verticals, especially as an actor. They're taking over the business. They're the only jobs that are available for the most part. That being said, it's where the eyeballs are right now. And hey, Stargate has made like cheap, straight to the internet kind of projects before. Infinity and Catherine are the ones that come to mind. And Catherine, which at least whenever it is edited into a film, isn't the worst thing ever. It's not the best thing ever. But
no, sure.
But we were pleasantly surprised. I think one of the things that we said were if this is where someone were to start watching Stargate, especially as a younger viewer, it would probably excite somebody to dive further rather than, okay, you've seen other Stargate first. Okay, this is kind of shite. Sorry, but like
Yeah, but I could see where you're like, oh, this is an interesting concept. There's this ring that creates wormholes that connects to other rings that make wormholes, and you can instantaneously travel to all these places around the galaxy, and who knows what you're going to find there. And,
Like,
it's such a
it,
cool idea,
it's not a bad barrier starting point
Mhm.
just for people, just for the fact that, okay, yes, Stargate started on Showtime.
Yeah.
It might not be like your average Showtime show. They were kind of trying at first, but
Yeah. Yeah.
as it progressed, it didn't
Mhm.
lean into the Showtime-isms, but
Right.
it was still a Showtime level show. It had the budget, it had the cast, it had the
Right.
wide, vast world that they were able to create
Mhm.
because of the things they afforded to the show.
Right.
Uh, uh, Stargate Origins Catherine is very much in the CW vein of things, not in the Showtime vein of things.
Right.
And if there's a place to
Mhm.
start, it's
Mhm.
kind of start on the lower bottom of the
Right.
ladder and climb your way up.
Right.
I don't think it's a bad way.
But that's what they need to do for our first movie, where it's a Stargate story that doesn't necessarily, touch canon. I mean, it does, but because of how the movie goes, they don't have to worry so much about the canon side of things. With what happens to them at the end anyway. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Now I lost you. But that kind of thing. We just need a story in the universe that feels familiar, and it'd be nice to have a couple faces in there that we know, and that'd be great. Yeah.
Yes. David did just put something in the chat, though, that
Mhm.
is an excellent point. Whatever they do, they need to keep the price out of the public knowledge to stop haters before it even starts, but still advertise the crap out of it. Sort of a catch-22 position. They're in a catch-22 no matter what they do, and I think they've
Right.
continually found themselves there, and that's why we haven't gotten anything.
Right. I think if they just focus their energies on it, they'll figure it out. It's just
Oh, totally.
And didn't we say that, like, Mark Ferguson, or like, they had figured it out? They wrote a Bible. They wrote or somebody wrote I don't know if they were
Yeah.
using Brad Wright's script or modifying Brad Wright's or whatever that was. But, yeah, it's like you have people that were into it, want to do it, wrote a Bible. What are you doing?
You have
Yeah.
places you want to go and places you've
Mhm.
been, and the blanks have been filled in at least to some
Right.
degree. You
Yeah.
know,
It just wasn't
perhaps a
clarity.
Marvel style what if series to gauge interest. I don't know, but
Yeah.
see, I just don't know if like the what ifs would be the way to get new people on board. That's the
Right.
thing there. For
Mhm.
the fact that no matter what they do, they
Right.
are in that catch-22 position. I know I keep hounding on it. We'll go check the poll again here in a second.
Yeah.
But
You can't do what if you don't know the if to begin
exactly.
with. Or whatever it was. Yeah. Yeah.
The animation is the most sensible approach
Mhm.
if they remain the level of skeptic that Amazon has been. If they remain that same level of skeptic and keep that skepticism, this would be the most sensible approach from their end. They don't have to spend the money on a film project and getting all of those things together.
Mhm.
If your film project was just animated, it once again lowers the barrier of entry. And even if they do a catch-22, or even with the catch-22 of people already just being pissy, again, if you make a good project, people are going to come to it.
Mhm.
As simple as that. Will they is another question, but that's a whole nother a worry there is.
Mhm.
And that's why I think what you said earlier about no matter what happens, bring back Robert C. Cooper, bring back Brad Wright, bring back Joseph Malazzi, bring back Peter DeLuise as consultants. And if you're going to do multiple little smaller projects, let those folks work on those smaller projects. And the big things, just pick their brains.
Yeah.
Pick their brains. Amazon, you have shown that you won't do this before with the Rings of Power and Peter Jackson. Obviously, there were some contractual things that didn't allow you to do that.
Right.
But to never tell that to Peter Jackson, and Peter Jackson has to find that out just by watching a YouTube video a couple years later.
Yeah.
Hey, you're human too, Amazon. Whoever you might not be human actually. Whoever is watching this from Amazon, if you are watching this, you're human too. So maybe think about it from a human perspective, and that kind of just sucks to do to somebody. So maybe don't do the same thing with Brad Wright, because y'all essentially have.
Right.
Do better. No better way to say that than just do better.
It just seems like that's like the path of least resistance. It seems like, why make it more complicated than it needs to be?
What's our favorite rule that we say all the time?
I don't know. I'll know it as soon as you say it.
It's the KISS rule.
Oh, the KISS rule, yes.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon, keep it simple, stupid. Like, come on. You have the perfect group of people to help you bring it back already. Yes, I understand not wanting them to chase evil. No, what? They just saved a bunch of money on Twitch, spend it on Prime. Yes, exactly. Actually, that's a great way to put that.
Mm-hmm.
I totally lost my train of thought. I just read Hardcore Henry does Stargate, and my entire brain just went whoop. Not your fault, Lead Farmer. Oh God.
Well, we've been on a while, so we're starting to get
the brain has farted, I guess. Oops. Oh wow. Good morning. Let's go check the poll over here. Oh wow. Oh no. Y'all are crazy. I'm refreshing this and hoping it's not what I see. Oh no, y'all. We talked about the realism. Everyone just wants the multiple TV shows with the movie. Look how well that's working. Are y'all excited for The Mandalorian and Grogu? See, okay, we don't need multiple TV shows in the movie. That's the only example I need to show you. Like, that would be awful. It would be really fun for us to just get stuff, but it would be throwing spaghetti at a wall and hoping to see what sticks.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing that Stargate needs as a franchise. As much as fun as it would be from the audience perspective, we got to think about this from Amazon's perspective and MGM Plus and all these things. I would have voted animation, but too late. It won't let you change it. Blasphemy.
Yeah. Log in a different account and then
and some people need nonstop action. That is funny, but yeah, that's true. I guess Predator Badlands does show that, and there are good.
Right. I think you can do that in Stargate. I mean, I think not that it has to be that. I mean, there needs to be those beats of, where that's not happening, which even in Badlands they do that. But
sure, yeah. Even if it's just for moments, like Badlands does. The two easiest ways to do that. Ooh, 3 really easy ways to do that. Obviously, Jaffa would be just kind of your natural way of saying, okay.
Yeah.
They'd be kind of hunting or doing something, yada, yada, yada. Another way to do something similar to that is to turn Stargate on its head and do something we haven't really seen before. Follow a bad guy.
Right.
Follow a ghoul that has survived and has to kill and hide and run from bounty hunters, from whoever else, from just Jaffa that have been enslaved, from the Goa'uld's family. Maybe the Goa'uld didn't do anything themselves or whatever, but they were a lesser Goa'uld at the time and have now risen to power amongst the Goa'uld, and that alone puts a target on their back. Something like that might be interesting. The other very natural way of doing it would be Wraith and Runner. Just have Wraith coming after a runner.
Oh, yeah.
And that essentially would be Predator Badlands for Stargate. And it would be super cool.
Yeah, I forgot about the whole like Wraith and Runner thing. Now that you say that, like that's
Badlands. That is Predator
yeah.
Badlands, pre-Predator Badlands, honestly. And
Mhm.
would I watch it again in a heartbeat? Oh, Predator Badlands or the Wraith version of it? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I would watch both in a
Yeah.
heartbeat.
Mhm.
All that being said, it's our final ultimate poll thing. Really, it's 67. It went up 1%. Oh, y'all are hurting me. I think you're doing it on purpose, y'all. No, I don't.
Mhm.
I just think everybody gets so excited when they see that.
Wraith
Rape on Earth, like in the last Las
yeah.
Vegas episode.
Mhm.
Have Vin Diesel do a cameo as an ex-general in an episode. He might be a little expensive
Yeah.
to get.
Yeah.
And honestly, screw that.
Yeah.
As much fun as it is, like not to say
Yeah.
what you said was bad or anything. I just want Vin Diesel to freaking focus on Riddick. Screw the Fast and Furious stuff at this point. I loved those movies
Right.
back in the day.
Yep.
After the 9th one, it just no more.
Mhm.
Give us more Riddick.
Yeah.
That's what we need, Mr. Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Well, we could do a lot of. I mean, Stargate does getting on the cameo thing. Like Stargate does lend itself to doing a lot of cameos. You know, as just
Well,
different
and
worlds, aliens, and it only needs to be a one-off thing, and it's fine. You know.
well, you go back to SG1 and SGA too, and you
Mhm.
don't realize the amount of cameos that are actually there. Michael Rooker is the
Right.
same level of colonel that Jack O'Neill was for the vast majority of time we saw him. Michael Rooker is now Yondu, Merle in The Walking Dead. He's half a dozen
Right.
freaking characters in the DCU now.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
there's interesting ways to utilize the cameos that have already been there.
Oh yeah.
Some are dead,
Mhm.
not Kronos. Oh, what's the actor's name? He's so good. He's the guy that played Proxima Caesar in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Kevin.
I have no clue.
Oh, I'm googling real quick.
Okay.
No, not Rise of the Guardians. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I clicked enter too fast. Not Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Oh my God, what's the new one called? Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Okay, there we go.
Okay, you go Kingdom.
I had to jog my own memory, and I don't know how I managed it. Kevin Durand. That's the guy I was thinking of.
Okay.
Hold up. Let me share
I
right
probably
here.
know his face, but I don't know the.
Oh, we all know his face.
Oh, him. Oh, him? He's not
Yeah.
that. He wasn't that old, was he?
No, he was like my age right now whenever he did Stargate. He just happened to be
Right.
huge, buff, and giant.
Oh,
And
he played that. Yeah, when there was that trial with Skara, he was in that episode. Yeah.
he was
Mhm.
the Goa'uld that was trying to, I guess, retain Skara.
Yeah. Mhm.
Kingdom LOL. Yeah, there we go. But Jason Momoa is awesome in Fast and Furious 11 or 10.
The
10.
fact that you're saying a 10, 11 makes me think, no. I think that's time for that to end. I actually like the first two were kind of good, and then it was just ridiculous. So I stopped watching them. I mean, I think I've seen the first like 3. I saw Tokyo Drift, which was really lame.
I might be a sucker, but I'm in for the first 8. The 9th one got me. That's the one that did it for me. But and the 8th one's a little screwy, but
Right.
it still works. And I think the 8th one is the one that you get the best joke in the whole movie, or the best joke in the whole franchise, is when Dwayne Johnson is walking up to their cookout at the end of the movie, where they always have their cookout. They're like familia or family, it's their whole thing. And Tyrese is like, "Oh, someone forgot the baby oil," or whatever, and Dwayne Johnson just claps back and is like, "Oh, someone forgot about your big ass forehead," or whatever he says. And it's just the funniest thing because it was improv in real life, and it is the best joke in the entire franchise. It's the funniest shit. It's so good.
Yeah. Sometimes the improv stuff is the best stuff,
Oh yeah. The face on both of them are just great. None. Sorry, I just looked over here. I said I still want a Stargate Game of Thrones crossover where they leave a coffee cup on the table explaining the bad press from years ago. Oh, what? Kevin Durant's in Lost and The Strain, and a great vampire movie, but can't remember its name.
The Strain. I watched The Strain. He was a rat catcher in The Strain.
Ooh, interesting. I always wanted to watch it. I just never ended up diving in.
It's an interesting concept.
Yeah. Well, I guess ultimately we've laid out a bunch of ways, and we could continue to lay out a bunch of ways that Amazon could do these things. Yeah. Our final poll, hey, it went back down, and main TV show went up a little bit. We're 38-62. Percentage
38-62. That's close.
Oh god, no animation and no video games there either. That's funny.
We got to do more polls, is what we need to do.
We do. I wish there was a way for like Riverside or StreamYard or OBS even. I think OBS might be able to do it. Whatever. You know, all the different little avenues of ways to stream. I wish they were able to correlate a little bit better with the YouTube studio. And that way we were able to do those in here as well instead of have to go back and forth from the actual YouTube app. You know, just complicates things a little bit there. Ultimately, though, I think we have gone through a whole bunch of ways that we could see Stargate coming back. And
just so you know, Riverside, I looked it up and it says it does support live polls to engage audiences during live streams, webinars, and podcasts. So just so we know.
Ooh. Well, that may might look into some stuff. Well, who knows? StreamYards might have it by the end of this freaking stream if we're not careful. The way that they're like, oh, you need here's an update. Here's an update. Here's a whole new thing. This is not going to work the same way it's worked for years now because we added a new update. Which also, I'm not complaining about that, StreamYards. Thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, adding more features is good.
I swear, it's just every day I open up StreamYards. I'm like, what is new here? What's going on? There have been so many new things that I've half forgotten that we have. Now, you know, like.
Yeah, a built-in Steam Deck.
All of these things being said, though, Amazon has gold. We all know they have gold. And
yeah,
if they just get in those hills and mine it just a little bit,
yeah,
a lot could happen.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a small part of me, when we talked about how it's got to be good and everything, there is a small part of me that's like, just do something even if it sucks, just so we get something.
and that's the biggest difference, I think, between the animated and the live action stuff. If it's live action, it has to be great. Not just good, but great to some degree. Maybe not like the best thing ever, but it has to be pretty damn great. Animation is already not going to be everybody's cup of tea. So some people are just going to see animation and just toss it off. Oh, it's a cartoon. Oh, it's no good. Oh, I wouldn't watch it anyway. Oh, whatever. Sure. That's going to happen. Again, if there's enough good word of mouth, there's a good chance those folks are going to end up watching it anyway. They might not tell you they did, but they're going to watch it probably still. Now, animation should still be great. It should still be pretty damn great. It should still be really good. All of the above. Again, though, there's more leeway that can be given with animation. Yeah. That would be the best. Best. I guess I don't know what the word I'm looking for there, but it would leave Amazon open with opportunities. It would be best for them in a sense of, okay, we haven't pigeonholed ourselves, because that's my biggest worry when I do think doing a great movie and having multiple movies planned out for after that, as well as one mainline series to kind of have that thorough line through, that would be best in a traditional form for sure. But Killer of Killers and Spider-Man itself have shown in recent memory that, well, maybe it's not the only way to do it. Maybe there is a easier way of entry. And if you do make a animated film as good as Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse,
right?
Think about the type of people that we're going to get for Stargate. We're going to have some of those dedicated fan people ever, and they're going to go back and watch all 17 seasons of Stargate. They might even start with old Stargate Origins Catherine, which would be fun. They might even go back and watch Infinity. I doubt it. Nobody's going to tell them about it. Don't tell them about it.
Especially if you have tattoos, don't watch it.
Oh, I guess I won't get a tattoo, she says, as she has a shaved head and a freaking giant scalp tattoo. Like, huh? Make it make sense, Stargate Infinity. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, Stargate. Infinity, I don't know if we can give them a pass for that, as much as it's the one thing Stargate does not get a pass for. We've given you a pass, Stargate, for...
Yeah, well, they were trying to make it a kids show, and it always had this is the moral lesson of the week. You know? I mean, I'm glad, in a way, I'm like, even though it's totally, like, you don't need to watch it if you're a Stargate fan, I'm still kind of glad, in a way, that I watched it anyway. You know? Just because, anyway. There was fun. I don't know if it's fun, but, you know, there was stupid things like that, like what we were just talking about with the tattoos, but anyway, it would be even more fun if they could somehow, if they did bring that Infinity team, you know, but do like a live action version of it in somehow. That would be like, if you did it the right way, it could be so good and funny.
I couldn't do it. I was like, no. If they did it right, as you know, if the way that Dungeons and Dragons, did you see the movie Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes, the recent one,
a couple years ago. Yeah,
yeah. I did
did you see whenever they're in the big maze thing, and there's that other group of people that also escapes the maze, but you kind of just see them running from like the other side of the whole, I guess, tournament wherever they are, whenever they're all running through the whole like walls changing and they have the whole maze they're running through. We see that
it's been a while.
Well, there's that other group of people there, and that other group of people is the live action version of the cast of the Dungeons and Dragons animated TV show from either the late 90s or early 2000s. I'm not 100% familiar. I just know that's what they put in there.
Mind. Yeah, and they should do something like that.
That would be fun and silly to do.
Yeah. Yep.
But as Sarah was saying that, the entire time my head was going da 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 da, because it's a damn catchy theme. It's a good theme. It's that best thing the whole Stargate.
Yeah, the opening sequence is kind of cool. Actually, it's not too bad. But
no,
anyway.
It's.
That's what I'm saying. They should just lean into it. It'd be great.
More like 1980s. Oh, it was 80s, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Dungeons and Dragons went back that far. Nice.
Oh yeah, it goes back like when I was a teenager. But that was like when it was the war. You know, people. You know, like Stranger Things shows.
Yeah, that's literally as you said that. I was like,
days. Yeah, but yeah, I knew people that played it. I never did. I always wanted to, but yeah. I never had friends that would want to play it, and I just wasn't friends with people that did, but I kind of knew people that were into it.
It said 1974 is when D&D came out, which is...
Yeah, but that was back in the day when you had to have somebody sitting there with a book, like reading, you know. That was when you had to really use your imagination to play. But yeah.
You know who would... That would be Greg. That would be Greg right there.
Right, yeah.
With the book, knowing it all.
I know. I would love to like learn how to play it and try to play it once, but I don't know. I'd be very good, but
we're going to do something similar sooner than later. It's literally just trying it out. But we have the Fallout tabletop role-playing game, which is essentially Fallout D&D. And Greg is writing
the dungeons or whatever can be the vaults, right? Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
and
you could
instead of the
totally
dungeon
make that a
master,
D&D, like, really easy. Yeah.
oh, it makes
I mean,
total
not that I know everything, but I know enough to kinda
well, you know how you have your dungeon master?
Yeah.
Instead, in Fallout, it's your overseer for the vault.
Mhm.
And it just makes perfect sense.
Mhm.
I've already got one of my pictures ready with the SciTrek cast as Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, lordy. Live action Affinity Team for SG1. Continuation, 300th episode. It'd
It
be
would be
perfect.
great. I would love it, and even if they did it and took it seriously, like, just made them, like, for real, you know.
You know what would be kind of interesting and stupid and great and fun at the same time?
Mhm.
Is if once we do get more live action Stargate, once we do get more animated Stargate, whatever it is,
Mhm.
they make another Wormhole Extreme type show after maybe the Stargates become public for the world and they make it Stargate Infinity. And that would be the way to make it canon.
Oh, right. That would be great. That would be great.
That Fallout on the Upside Down. Ooh.
Yeah. That'd be scary.
Well, all that being said, we are 2 hours into this thing. We're going to check this poll one final time. Hey, it's 52:48. It's coming back. We're going to stay on for another hour and a half until the poll is the right way that it should be. How can you know?
You'll be sitting here by yourself because I'm
Yeah. No, it is 1 p.m. over here on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And I think it is
I gotta
time
go.
to wrap things up right
It
here.
is.
This
is a fun episode today, though. I like this. Anyway,
yeah.
I like it when we get a good thing going here.
I was worried a little bit, of course, and we were kind of saying earlier, we're okay. Do we just go in a rabbit hole like we normally do and just talk about? Well, I'd want this actor to do this, and I'd want this project to look like this. I'm glad we didn't try to specify what the project should look like, and we did stick in that executive kind of studio producer mindset of what is the best approach, the angle to attack the Stargate revitalization from, and bring it back to the front of the public eye like it should be. Yeah. Anything else you got before we hop out of here?
No, hopefully I'm gonna have a very belated Predator reaction video on my channel. But I was gonna mention something else too, and I completely forgot. Oh, yeah, if you want to check out my channel, I'm getting there. I'm starting to get a flow going on it. I'm trying, and
don't forget going to Lady Hockey, of course. For the hockey folks out here. I guess quick housekeeping though. We have Radical Wasteland podcast, just myself going over Twisted Metal tomorrow. Shouldn't be more than like an hour. It should be a short stream, but it'll be a fun one. And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we don't go rabbit holing too much. Friday, we should have your regularly scheduled Radical Wasteland podcast. Sunday, your regularly scheduled Sci-Fi Sundays. And we will see what the week brings us the following week. All that being said, thank you. We love and appreciate y'all.
Yep.
Hope you had a good time. Thank you for spending the time that you have with us. And we
click the buttons, leave a comment, the usual things y'all know.
Do all the good stuff. And while you're doing it, keep that imagination open. Just keep it going. Don't ever let it falter.
Yep.
All right. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will see you hopefully tomorrow morning. And if not, we'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.